Hello, friends. 905 days of war between Russia and Ukraine. The situation is deteriorating further as far as this war is concerned. In southern war zone on Kherson front, no changes. Zaporizhia positional battle in Orikho sector as well as in Remivka salient. In east on Marinka front, Russians have been advancing in Konstantinovka. As of now, it holds almost 80% of the establishment. In Krasnogorovka northwest direction, the Russians continuing their offensive operations in the outskirts of the village for full control, and they made some gains. Avdiivka in Karlovka direction, Russians made gains. They also advanced and probably have captured Nikolevka in north of Divka. Grudovka they also made gains. Pokrovsk direction they have fully taken over Orlivka. They made gains towards south of Gurdovka and towards northeast Pokrovsk. They were able to breach Ukrainians' defense line towards Zurovka, and they also made gains, good gains towards Nikolevka, towards Novogorod, almost 3 km deep on 5 km range front line. Toretsk, Russians made in and around gains towards New York. In west part of New York, they advanced 1.5 km on 3 to 3.5 km front line. They also advanced towards Novogorodskoye, towards Sukhanya Balka, extended their control zone in Zerzinsk area. Further, they have seized Artemov. It can be seen that Russians' advance is not deterred by what is happening in the north or in Kursk as far as Avdiivka Toretsk fronts are concerned. Even that includes Marinka. However, on Bakhmut, Chasov and Seversk direction, positional battle were minor gains for the Russians here and there, continuing. Northeast Ukraine, Russians made good gains east of Lukantsy direction, almost 2.5 km. Rest of the front starting from Kupiansk down to Kremina, no significant changes. North of Kharkov, fight is going on in Volchansk and in Lipsty direction towards Glybok area, no significant changes. In Kursk, the situation is still not stabilized. Forget about throwing out Ukrainians out of this region. In Koreno direction, Martinovka, finally, Russians have full control over it. However, the Ukrainians are continuing their offensive operations south of it. Fight is also on towards Snagost by Kho. In Kochuk direction, Russians counter-offensive continuing, while in Glushkovsky district, populations are being evacuated, though no significant changes here. Sudza district, there are losses as reported to the Ukrainians in east and southeast, but by and large they fully control this area as well as the suburbs, where in Mirny and Bonda Rivka the fight is on. Ukrainians have entered Mikhailivka. Further south, they have captured Cherkasskaya. Russians have regained control of Kamishnoe and Krupets. As of now, Ukrainians control 58 localities, almost 680 square kilometers as they claim, though Russians do not agree to that large extent because some of the grey area is included in this. In addition, Ukrainians are moving forward to establish administrative head to run the law and order and other economic political activities over the people which they have occupied. Heavy interdiction missions continue from both the sides. I will not go into the detail. And now coming to Palestine Israel Middle East, in North Gaza, IDF has again struck various localities. In southern Gaza, IDF operations on, no significant changes. Along Philadelphia corridor, IDF engineering continuing, and it is demolishing leftover buildings within a kilometer of Gaza Strip border with Egypt. As far as the West Bank and Lebanon border are concerned, no significant changes. There is massive commotion among the Russian population and their political military leaders after the fall of Kursk or whatever part of it. However, Putin administration is in no hurry to take any drastic measures, and this is well understood by the American imperialist regime, which is claiming that it is keeping an eye on the situation, nonetheless supporting fully, materially as well as controlling the entire operation, not only in Kursk but the entire war zone in the front line as well as within Ukraine, where legally, constitutionally, no Ukrainian government exists. Today I am not going into the rest of the world situation, be it Africa, Bangladesh, or India, but in one line, the situation is deteriorating. And that's all for the day, friends. Thank you.